if they can take it through to the third, then they get a really good map for the match. This is one of those bizarre situations where the veto actually feels like it matters, Alan.
Maybe they were sandbagging with the whole idea. Take us to a third. Really excite the Cole fans when that series goes close, and then pull it off in the end on Vertigo. That's the plan, Mike. 400 IQ.
That's the plan. Just trying to sell it for the fans. Appreciate that. A little bit of util picked up here for AGO, and it seems like they have their sights set on A, and well, it's a pretty good read if they get it going quickly. There's no one here. There's no one home. A double push in towards tunnels instead has been the answer for Evil Geniuses, and they found nobody. So, presumably going to start to rotate around.
Should do. Hoping for that. Cross smokes on the way. Just the deep one for now, but the other one is flying over. We've only Breezy in defense. Unless he goes absolutely massive, bomb plant should be on the cards.
They're still leaving Rush, even, so they're not trusting this. They're expecting a fake. That drops the bomb a little bit more out in the open. Nice shot for Automatic. He's looking crisp, and there's the second player drop, trying to retrieve that parcel of C4. Now it's on the box. They're all falling apart. They're getting picked apart here. It's down to just Ultimate. Fiku trying to find something, anything at this point. There's USPs all over the place, and Fiku's just coming in to help. Like, all right, no, nothing doing. Not even a cleanup kill here, Alan. They get blanked in the pistol.
Yeah, as I was saying on the cast, it felt like bomb plant was absolutely for certain, but I imagine that the players weren't super well spaced as they swung out on the flashes, and EG just got all the jewels they wanted. That first kill from Automatic was a brilliant flick, but I can't help thinking that AGO should have at least got a bomb plant out of that pistol round, let alone making it competitive. So a little bit disappointing, but on the NA side of things, looking good, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned before we went live that pistols are about the one thing that's really been going well for EG.
The only thing, I believe, is what I said.
And there it is, the sadness. The old familiar sadness as an NACS fan. Oh well, it's how it is sometimes. We still want a major once.
Yeah, it was a good fluke.
At least we got that. Well, man has worked his way out towards the blue box. He's just chilling right now. Fortunately for him, there's no Molotov here. Otherwise, I think he'd be in a bad way. But Breeze is watching for this. And as they come through, there's the potential to get overwhelmed. He's got Automatic now as well. This should be all right if he can hit some shots. Do need to hit those shots, though. That's an important part of the equation, and while he's not going to be able to, Automatic will do just fine. There's the cleanup. Breeze maybe not going to feel great about that one, but hey, all's well that ends well.
2 frags, I think they would have taken that, considering how little was actually invested by AGO, and that's going to keep the CT coffers very honest coming into this one. So map pick of AGO, it perplexed us a little bit behind the scenes here, so I'm hoping, tactically, strategically, they got some fun stuff to show us, Mike. We need to see why they picked into Dust2.
So when you're coaching Endpoint, right? And you're in one of those rounds where you guys have nothing. Don't tell me what you tell your players. Tell me what you're actually thinking, right? How much do they need to do when they just have, all right, the hit's coming in. We'll talk about it in a second. Furlan finds the first through the smoke. CeRq just kind of eating himself through there, and a second player's gone down, so the long exchange has not been good. Now Pit's been claimed. Based on what we've seen from AGO, they might sit on this a little bit, and Evil Geniuses are trying to go for a bit of a rotation, maybe a fight up mid to change the equation here. But again, it feels like they keep suspecting a tunnels play is going to come through, and it's not. So my question is, at this point, is Rush just figuring out their escape route? Stewie's turtling up here, so he's going to defend the site. I'm not sure what Rush is on a mission to do.
Playing around a little bit. Lining up a one-way now, but as you're mentioning, it feels like once you clear tunnels, get back over towards A. Surely that's where AGO even have to be ending. Ultimate playing around. That CT side smoke goes straight in. Fortunately, Furlan's there for the trade. So it is a man advantage, but some low HP bars here, Mike. Could be possible on the retake.
It's going to come down the Rush. The man who was on a mission elsewhere, well, he gets claimed. It's Fiku to take his second of the round. Fiku and Furlan getting the full house between them. And AGO are on the board. Now, the adventure of the tunnels didn't wind up actually costing them anything, because it was a very slow take from AGO. We've seen their tempo so far. It seems to be secure that long, sit for a while, and then go into your A execute. But it is a bit of a tough spot to be in for EG. They don't have any cash to spare. They did take some casualties in that just eco round, and now They're onto the pistols. So early momentum, gone.
Looks like it. But I guess I can answer your question, Mike.
Yeah. So what do you want out of those tri-ecos?
In this spot, 2 kills would be amazing, especially when you know that your opponent's pretty low money. So if you're getting 2 frags, that means that economy can't build a great deal, so you've kept it super low. If you get any more than that, it becomes, you know, exponentially better. If you're getting anywhere near towards, you know, 3-4 kills, if you're on the T side, if you're getting a bomb plant, suddenly it becomes a huge win. And you can actually feel like the positivity increasing, even if you lose the round, because you just know you've done so much damage to their economy.
So now here's my question to you as well. Here's the next one. If you're, let's say you're the T side, right? You're Ego in that last eco round. Would you rather get 2 kills or a bomb plant? Knowing you're gonna have a buy the next round regardless.
Yeah, probably the 2 kills. The kills are more important because with the loss bonus these days, your buy is going to be fairly good. And also, on those rounds where it's really early on, when it's second round, every kill is absolutely enormous because you know they have nothing in the bank. So you know that immediately going on to that first gun round, if you've killed 2, they're in like full reset territory, which is where EG are now. They could have actually forced up here because a player like Automatic can't have a full rifle, nor can Breezy. So it does so much damage, any kills on those rounds.
There you go, folks. A peer inside the cranium of Endpoint's coach. This is the insight you bring, Alan.
It is.
Crack open your skull a little bit. Pick around in there. Oh. Whoa. Whoa! Haircut. Not a haircut. He stood up. Chest cut. That sounds way worse.
Yeah, it does.
Would it be like a chest shaving, like a waxing?
I don't know. Have you ever had your chest waxed? Because I haven't.
No, I've waxed my legs, spots of them.
Nice
for mustache master stuff.
Oh, I see. I just thought
haven't done the chest yet. Maybe that's next year's goal.
I thought you'd be doing it for your swimwear shoot.
Yeah, I mean you gotta have aerodynamic. It makes you faster, folks. If you want to be quicker with your movement in the server, wax your legs. It translates, I swear.
Exactly. Unnecessary weight, all that hair.
Yeah, I mean, pro players should be waxing their arms, right? Their mouse arm for faster flicks. I think we may have just discovered the next performance-enhancing meta.
Maybe that's what EG needs to do. That's the secret.
Oh, no, Fiku. That's not where that was supposed to go. All right, now I want... You know how we get, like, occasionally you just get these really weirdly detailed Reddit posts that are like, what hair products do players use and all that stuff? I want someone to do a comparison of performance to, like, body hair weight. Arm hair specifically. Okay, these are a couple good kills going in towards B, but there's still a player here. Rush gets caught out. Flash blinding him. That was enough, but it's all going to be on to Fiku, and he's battling forward. He's trying to find this bomb, trying to reclaim it. Down he goes. CeRq connecting for his 3rd time, was running out regardless. There would not have been enough clock to make that happen. EG hang on to the lead.
Was a good long a flank from the EG guys. But that mist smoke in tunnels, the lurk smoke, the dribble smoke, that could have done a lot of work to keep players, you know, more distracted, less looking at mids. So just a small mistake, but it can have big repercussions. And EG looking good economically again. Full board up here. And AGO. Oh, God, it could be the B rush. Here we go.
Here we go.
Now we're talking.
Rush gets a molly down to segment them. Ooh, shots aren't on. Flashbang good for it. Now they're in the site. They're in the site. The bomb's here, though. All right. You took the site, but you left the bomb back to peak, and the bomb's been dropped. It will be recovered. Smoke's there to give cover. Still a little awkward for AGO. What's Fiku going to be able to get here in the tunnels? That's the real question. 2 players coming around. Are they clearing his angle? They aren't. Not at all. One for free. Smoke. Ill-timed, but he gets the gun out quick enough. And at this point, with tunnels secured, with the man advantage as well, unless Automatic manages to clear out this player immediately, which he won't, this should be over.
Certainly is now. And I think even there, Automatic's only looking for a gun upgrade. There was no opportunity for the retake. And AGO pull out the old B rush, the classic go. Fiku looking good at the end. And it was a brilliant call. There was nobody in the B bomb side at the time. So, yeah, luck or a good read. Everything went perfectly for AGO that time around.
Fiku had an ace. He got all 5 ace. He gets these 2. He gets automatic coming back in from spawn. And then he goes in for the cleanup. That's all one way to pad your stats here. He was already top of the board for the team, but now he certainly is. Very nicely done. And devastating to Evil Geniuses. They just had their wallet stolen. They've been pickpocketed by one.
Yes, indeed. And production was right. He is the player to watch.
He is the player to watch. They called it. They called it. We didn't choose that. All credits to production for that one.
Yes, indeed. The unsung heroes, we like to say, of the broadcasts.
That's how you get
sound
the
guys, the graphics guys, the stats guys. Don't get recognized enough, but we love them for what they do. They make it so much greater, the show we're actually producing.
Alan's just earned himself like 10 more minutes of airtime on his next production with that one.
This is the secret to getting hired. It's not even being good at your job. It's just...
just be nice to production.
Just talking up production.
Oh, CeRq, a nice shot there. There's something. There's something. They still lost the site. There's still multiple rifles on. This is still going to be very tough, but if they keep losing engagements with Catwalk, this could get a little easier. And Automatic looks like he might want to go through town. I'm going to be everything on this. He backs away. Not fancying his chances here. His teammates will push around. The car player could be critical. And is going to need to be Ultimate finally hitting one, but it's the Fiku show again, and they are running out of bodies. Time still low, no kit, and there's gonna be the shots to come through. They'll make you nervous, but Fiku and Ultimate managed to hold back the upset.
Just about. But how many times have we seen AGO put down the cross smokes, look good, cross to the ramp, and then from that point onwards, it is just carnage. Swinging up one at a time, getting picked apart. I feel like it's both spacing, and it's also the utility. You need to get those nades down onto short, onto Gandalf, some good flashes. Whatever's going wrong, they need to look at that after this game because it's been a big issue.
I just like a Molotov. Just throw one molly there.
Yeah.
And then just be okay with it. It's definitely concerning. It's just going to be the USPs in this one. The USPs, maybe a bit of a crossfire with the back of sight. Tags coming in. Milky's starting to get a little rough here, and he's down. Tip the spear has been removed. It's getting awkward. Spam on in with the pistols. But once again, it's Fiku to bail them out. Now it's looking a-okay. CeRq will try and do further damage. Couple kills or something here, but it's just not going to do much to hold back this growing T economy.
BQ, my man. More kills than his teammates combined, or at least joint kills, so as long as he keeps that up, I guess AGO is going to stay looking pretty good.
Does he have more kills than EG? No, not quite. No. That would be bonkers. But they've got 24. He's got 15. See if he can keep up the pace, though. Putting up the big multi-kill rounds. It's now, I think, 3 multi-kill rounds in a row, including an ace to start it off. Breeze will finally get an opener here, though. And with that opening pick, do EG get a little bold? They seem to be settling back into a bit more of a default. So the opposite. Boring, one might say.
Unfortunately, Mike, that's what happens when you're 5-on-4.
This is true.
You don't want to take the risks. Pull back, play the numbers, and let AGO make the next move.
I just want to see swings, Alan.
I know you're so used to NA.
I mean, it's mostly the Brazilian teams, to be honest, in NA that have been championing that, where you're like, all right, they have all the advantage. Oh, they're going through a smoke. Okay, sure. I've seen a lot of that. Furlan's worked his way in towards spawn. That's a nice position as they're going to take in towards B. The smoke's down. Pressure's going to be on for CeRq and Rush once more, but CeRq, at least initially, will go forth and frag. Automatic gets away with that one. Thought Furlan had him dead to rights, but it's once again going to come down to Fiku. Opening things up, and this time only one leaves Ultimate on his lonesome. So is the strategy for Ego just Fiku go kill? Because it's feeling a little like Fiku go kill here, Alan.
Well, as it's gone so far, it's not the worst strategy. But I think we could like to see the other players a little more activated. That would be nice, to put it lightly. I think on that round, even in the 4-on-5, what you saw was a really brilliant call. They do the A smokes and then jump into CT. The problem was there was only one player trying to really do the B split, whilst everyone else was holding to kill rotations. So It's pretty clear that AGO comms need a little bit more. Not quite on the same page, because that round was definitely winnable once they got the player into CT. They should have got more out of it.
Based on how things have gone for this AGO roster recently, I feel like every multi-kill that FIKU gets moves him one day closer to getting bought by somebody. He's they've recently had their roster very much purloined, right? Been making big changes. MHL, the most recent acquisition, going over to that Mouse NXT roster. So FIKU trying to make his case to be the next one to get yoinked out.
I guess given the number of changes in the Polish scene, not really too unthinkable to see FIKU moving up the ranks in no time at all.
It is funny as well how for a long time it felt like the Polish scene was remarkably insular, right? Where you had these 4 or 5 Polish teams that cycled the players among them, but also they mostly stuck to those Polish rosters. And now, obviously with Diha and Hades in towards ends and more talent moving around, MHL moving into Mouse NXT, it feels like maybe that Polish talent, those stars, are getting dispersed around the scene a little bit more.
Yeah, actually, I was casting Whistler Krakow the other day, and we interviewed Snatchy after the game, and he was saying that the Polish scene is in a bit of a weird place where they've got all the players. It's just about now finding the right combinations and then building up the experience. And he specifically said, AGO looking improved at Pro League, and I'm sure these games will help them so much to build. But the Polish scene is in a strange position where they're still trying to find their feet again, because after losing that Virtus Pro lineup, as well as some of the other early teams, they've lost the cores that got them the huge results, and they have to find that kind of stability again.
Oh, nice pick. That'll go a long way towards giving stability in this round at the very least. Pinch going to come on in. Rush. Do you have a hero play? No. One and done, and that should be the round over. A save on deck for Evil Geniuses. No way to go for this, and even though there was not much time to spare, they're going to get through that one just fine.
Looking good. Clean round.
On for this?
They really should save. There's no argument here for going for this.
This is a bad idea, automatic. Okay. Just had to make me nervous. But what is CeRq doing? Okay. They just wanted to really make it likely that they would lose these rifles at a couple points into the round, and now they're going to save.
It's like they're playing 100% in the mana to maximize your heart rate. That's all they're doing.
Yeah. I mean, it pretty much is, right? It's just... It's like when you're petting a cat, or especially like rubbing a cat's belly, and at some point the cat is going to hit you or bite you or claw you.
Oh, I see.
It's that when cats hit like an overstimulation level and they just freak out and attack, it's a risk factor, because you're like, okay, soft cat belly, this is worth petting, but at some point violence will happen if I stay too long. So you're trying to, okay, I'll take my hand away.
But does that analogy also imply as you as the cat? Is there going to be a point on the broadcast where you lose it seeing some of these choices?
Maybe. It might happen. It may happen. I just want to succeed.
Anyway, eco around the guns. So I guess we're looking at a Breezy automatic and CeRq to find some frags. Mid aggression is good. So the good news is, Mike, got a lot of map control. And what we're questioning now is how you make use of that. Do you go for the flank? Do you wait on A? What are EG going to go for?
It's crazy. I actually was looking at it since we were talking about that. The Polish scene in the old roster. It's 2018. 2018 was when that legendary core broke up. It's been 4 years.
That's a long drought without... I'm not sure they've had a top 10 team since then. For a scene as storied as Poland, it must be really difficult to kind of... recover from that position.
Pretty nuts. Breeze will get nothing. He gets damage at the very least, but his was one of the rifles, so they need to have some impact here. CeRq from Gandalf trying to chime on in, and he will find one, but instantly the other rifles are dropped, and this one's looking like a cleanup crew. It's just Stewie with no armor, and this Deagle, and that shot will not land. Who else but FIKU to go forth and find the final kill they needed?
Automatic wins that round for EG if somebody's not holding his swing. That was on a knife edge right at the end. But AGO a little more composed, hitting the A site than we've seen the last few times. And considering how back and forth the start of this half was, we have to say, Mike, AGO are streaking a long way ahead, and we're starting to ask real questions of this CT side.
This is now... Oh, God, I'm going to do math real quick. 5 of the last 6 rounds, I think, have been converted for AGO. And really, I mean, for EG, right? Since the pistol, they have not strung together 2 rounds, which is not the ideal. Not excellent here. Well, not to be aimed for.
Could be better.
They don't even have much money in this. They don't have an op. They don't have full nades. There's going to be very few HEs, if any. CeRq's the only one who can buy one at this point. It's a bit hamstrung.
I can't even remember the last round where CeRq had an AWP.
I think he had it in 1 round. I think they had it for 1 round. I'm not actually confident in saying that, though.
It's not been more than 2 or 3, has it? And we're on the 12th round now on a map where the CT AWP is super dominant. So there has to be some questions asked for that CT economy management. And it looks like Stewie, he's gone down early on the cross.
Oof. There's a player out towards the blue dumpster. Oh, this could get awkward. He's not looking for it. And indeed, Breeze is going to be able to bring that one through. It's been a rough individual game for Milky, and here at least it's going to be exploited. There is still a player out here, but it's Laman. And he's going to hit the first, passes that first test, keeps it low, and the problem is, in the meantime, look where Furlan's gotten to. Oh, all this room, all this real estate. It's a nice site you got here. It'd be a shame if someone blew it up. CeRq's not going to realize there's a player in. CeRq has no idea. He's scoped up and he's dead for free.
He's going down. EG posturing at the moment for the retake, but I think Lee-Man here could be a huge issue, and as soon as automatic dies, even if the trade comes in, no chance of a retake now. Is Rush really going to go for it? There's actually a player out in the open. Fiku was playing with fire there. If he dies, that retake is on.
So is it Lee-Man, not Laman?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm just sort of saving it up for the Lee-Man, Lee-Man's approach.
I think he's got a racetrack, right?
How am I supposed to know?
Le Mans?
Oh, Le Mans.
Yeah. It was a bad joke. It was a reach. It was a reach for sure. Long's been lost, though. You know what else is going to be a reach? Is winning this round for EG. As this has really been starting to look pretty bleak. They'll go for a push up mid. They'll try and get spicy with it because, I mean, at this point, you need some sort of spice to inject some life back in. And to be fair, I will say for the potential spice factor, we have seen Ego stall out in these A takes before. So if they can get some Deagle's position on Catwalk, if they can get this flank on through for CeRq, this could get interesting.
Listen, you can try and change the subject all you like, Mike, but you're not getting away with that joke. You're not getting away with it.
Oh, you didn't like that one, huh? All right. Yeah, they can't all be winners. They can't all be winners.
I respect the ambition.
Pick a lot of shots. Some of them will sink. Ooh, but you know what's not going to sink here is many of the shots for EG. One of them, to be exact, worked out. And otherwise, it's another clean round for AGO. Looking at double digits on deck. And, okay, we were worrying about the lack of ops. Now EG says, okay, what if we just put more of the ops into one round to get our op numbers up? Here's double op up.
Maybe they've been listening to us on the cast. Stewie's had a pretty rough game so far, so I'm guessing from his perspective it's like something's got to change, and that's going to be the AWP in play. Going to be towards the B side of the map, and plenty of AGO players in attendance. A really fast lower take here with 3 players.
They're gonna get one haircut given out, and he's away. They're not up on the Xbox, and there's a chance for Stewie to chime in. Blinded player, ultimate. Actually, apparently wasn't blinded, but he was wandering into the crosshair of Stewie 2K, so a chance to put something together here at the tail end of the half. Oh, and CeRq spotted an elbow. He spotted a bow. Dodges the bulk with that flashbang, and he just wants one more, but they've gotten out by the steps. They're into the corner now, and Fiku has a chance to make this difficult. Smoke, counter smoke, and Fiku will back away.
Simple stuff. And you could also see there early on that the power of Stewie not AWPing the whole half and then coming out the AWP. Ultimate had no idea a player could be with an AWP left side mid, so bit of a change up, and they weren't ready for it. As long as on the cards, Lehman's crouching. Oh, Breezy. Oh, I think they get caught out with the timing. Traded in the end, but it should still be okay with these two defenders.
Should indeed. It's all on the Fiku. This guy's been unreal, though. That's his 20th kill of the game. Still got 30 seconds to work with. Where does he want to take it? He has to dual car. That's the problem. Shot had to hit, and CeRq is good for it. 3 kills in the round for the Opera. We talked about the fact that he's maybe not delivered on the promise of his op so far here in Pro League, but that's a round that he brings through.
Looking good. Finally has the AWP in hand, and maybe that's a big reason for the CeRq resurgence. It doesn't change the fact that AG are already up to 9 and have a strong opportunity of the 10th. They make it up to 10 rounds on a reasonably heavy CT-sided map, as Dust2 is now. I'd be very nervous if I was an EG fan. They need to get up to 6 here for sure.
See, I'm nostalgic for Dust2 as a heavy T-side lean map. Bring it back. We don't have enough of those in the pool. Just a little bit of spice, a difference maker. I say just get rid of the doors in mid entirely. No.
Yes, well, in the Mike School of Game Balance.
Please don't do that.
That would be amazing.
That'd be chaotic. Imagine it. All right, now I kind of do want to see a Dust2 just with no doors anywhere. Oh, this is looking good. It looks like it's going to be a conversion. One more to find here for Evil Geniuses unless they yeet themselves into their death. All picked up. Hasn't gone to get the bomb, and now he's down for the count. So it is corralled, and that's going to be 6-9 at the half for EG. All right, Alan, we were talking about it at the break, but hear me out here, chat. Dust2, there's just no doors in any of the door frames. Longhouse, open, straight through. Mid, open, straight through. B, massive opening to go straight in. How wild would that get?
And if you like that suggestion, please message Daft Mike on Twitter.
With that suggestion, it might be Daft Mike at this point. Yeah, someone build it. Some map maker. I hope it. I have no idea how difficult that would be to just like delete the doors. Just do it. I want to see the chaos. Want to see the chaos. Oh, here's the tap here for ultimate. He's stuck in by the car. There's a lot of bullets coming his way. Ooh, punching in some holes in that windshield, but he's good for the fire back, and eventually he'll be dropped. It's like an old school shootout, right? The detective hiding behind the car while bullets blare past. Eventually he does get taken down. He was so close to retirement, Alan.
Maybe even closer now. After that frag, Fiku peeking out. The smokes are landing. But EG are really taking their time. They're only working up just now. And there's 4 players in attendance. And that frag, fortunately, will go a long way making this take easier, but there's still a player behind Gandalf. The boost is in play, but the frags keep rolling the way of EG. And unless Milky here gets the Kaylee of the 2020s, I don't think this retake is going to be pulled off.
Nope, not quite. So even just jumping on in, there's the confidence maybe starting to build here for EG. They could use it for sure. The first half took a while to get going. Those last 2 rounds on the end do go a long way to making this look more agreeable, though. And now you get the pistol. Now things are flowing. You just, very critically, can't lose this one. Don't do it. Can't do it, EG.
Said it. Now you said it.
I've just seen it happen so many times. The second round force, the scout, the tag and bag him with the deegs. This map in particular, it's ridiculous at times.
Yeah, I think, though, I looked at their stats earlier, and their conversion for pistol rounds was something around the 90% mark, so...
Nice.
It is good news. EG are winning a lot of pistols and converting them. The problem is the gun rounds, which haven't been as much fun.
Now, one thing I think we have to talk about for this AGO roster, which I'm guessing has been discussed elsewhere on the desk, but 3 of them are quite young, right? Fiku, Ultimate, and Milky are, I think, all 18. And then you've got the experience of Leman and Furlan. So this kind of experience competing in Pro League, competing against the teams they have, even though they're not going to make it into playoffs this season, it's huge.
Quite a contrast with the flip side, isn't it, of EG that, despite all the experience, haven't made it work on the server. Not necessarily. I'm not sure who even would be the oldest.
Yeah, they're
on
not
this team.
actually that old.
Yeah, I was going to say, they must be about 25 maximum, these players.
I think Automatic he's 25. Let's see, is Rush older? Rush is 27. Okay, Rush is the old man of the roster. I believe everyone's around 24, 25 otherwise.
But they're all younger than you, so you can't call them old.
Yes. Yeah, they are all younger than I am. My peak is gone. But there's still time for you, EG. There's still time, and that kind of kill does make it a lot better, but look at the health. Look at the health. They're so low. The pistols are going to be deadly, and Stewie's still nervous that someone's on site. Rush will get the plant down. And they don't make the mistake that Ego is doing, over-peeking in towards Cat, but still the fight's coming to them. And CeRq being low as well means this is going to be tough. He's their insurance policy out towards Pit, but I don't even know if I fancy his chances in a duel if the scout gets brought through. Time is of the essence. You gotta get back in here. They don't have the kit, so they'll start to make their move. There's the kill for Ultimate. Freezy, tagged down. He's dropped. It's all onto CeRq. And now they know where he's at, and 1 bullet will do him in. 1 bullet will do him just fine, and there it is. Did they do it in enough time, Alan?
Well, I guess we'll find out. It's getting real close, Mike.
Yeah, they're fine.
And they have been reset. The stats have lied today. And EG, when they review back that afterplant, are going to really question some of those choices. Did they need to double peek short? I'm not sure. Double fragged on that peak. And as you're mentioning, in towards Pit, such low HP as AGO. Huge reset, and suddenly, from looking like a tied up game, EG are in a terrible position.
Fiku looking to get another one of these multi-kills going. He's had quite a few of them. He's done a ton of damage here. There's his second and a third as well. Still does kind of deliver a rifle on over. So maybe a bold play, to say the least, but I think his teammates are going to be okay. It's his 25th kill.
Yeah.
Around 18.
I mean, he's been a monster. A monster so far, and begs the question of how many rounds would AGO be on if he'd only got, 11, 12, 13 frags along the same lines of his teammates. Rush here. Jiggle out. Find these players, but Lemon. Behind the Lamau. Behind the barrels. A little bit too hard to tag, but it was only the save. EG back on the rifles, and they need to win some rounds here thick and fast to keep that score line as competitive as possible.
All out early for Ultimate is also nice. As we said previously, that was tough for EG to actually get. Automatics worked his way out towards the blue box. knows there's a player on the other side. He knows there's someone on the other side. The push up mid hasn't gone well. They get damage. EG finding the initial picks, finding a ton of early impact. This sets them up beautifully to potentially convert. But Furlan wants to go forward. He wants to try and reclaim some of the initiative here, and that's going to put him in really awkward positioning. He'll bail out.
A spot for AGO. Just leaving Milky there in towards lower tunnels, whilst Furlan and Ultimate try to find some frags.
What was that? That was so bold to try and reposition in that manner. He gets punished for it. Now it's all falling apart. Ultimate might just try and save this AWP. That shot connects, and I don't think he believes there's a chance he's getting out of this without shooting his way out. In fact, he's been playing from catwalk, so he's down for the count. That play, was it Furlan who tried to just climb back up the ramp? That was... It felt like they were in an okay position to try and defend up until that moment.
Yeah, I'm guessing Ultimate peaked with the orb and was saying, I can't see anyone in towards pit. So they panicked a bit and thought, maybe they're not coming along. Maybe it's shorter going back to B. And yeah, Furlan tried to reposition at the worst possible time as all kind of 3-4 players just swung along and sitting duck at that point.
It was always going to be a tough hold, but that one certainly don't make it easier. Pistols. As EG will look to close this gap, and with just the USPs, a single 5-7, one flash, and one lonely deagle is out there. This should be all right, unless they go long. If they go long, maybe not so much.
Just the default for now. Maybe you'll get their wish and they'll end towards long, but it's AGO saying, no fast long take. We're going to reposition. Conga line coming through CT. Guessing they'll stack up mid, which is a little bit closer to the offense. So just maybe these pistols will come into play soon enough.
For the other games going on in this group, hope to use those goes along. Right now, Na'Vi have a nice lead over Heroic on the first map. That one just for seeding. And meanwhile, the Complexity Astralis game is neck and neck on map one. CeRq coming peering on out. It seems like they are going to go catwalk, which will avoid the brunt of the CT presence. Really all of it, frankly. So he wants to hunt. Just like to do that. Milky's connected a shot. Unfortunately, that might be all she wrote for this one. They're out of position. They're kind of locked out. And with just the pistols, you don't really fancy their chances to swing on through.
EG should definitely hold on to every gun from here. It's only if Rush gets overwhelmed.
Sticking around here is bold.
Yeah, his teammate is around to help, so...
He wants to guard the... Is that the AWP down? Is that a scout?
Should be the AWP, I think.
It is indeed the AWP.
Oh.
That's what he wants to guard. Ultimate's on the escape now. He's bailing. Shotgun AWP in play. Scoped up. There's the first, but they're not going to allow him to get out with the second. AWP can be retrieved here. That's okay, and EG are out of there.
Okay, now we got a game. Cash is banking up a little bit for EG, so throwing the economy and we're essentially all square here. AGO, again, talk back to it. You picked into this map. A lot of your rounds have come off the back of Fiku. It's time to show us a little bit more. Why did you pick into this one? What have you got for CT? What have you got for us to pulse?
Slower round. 30 seconds are already off the clock and nothing's happened here. Nothing too interesting. There's Tunnel's presence. But it might be Ultimate who gets the first crack. As I say that, he backs away, of course. Can't have that happen. A kill in mid, but not the way you thought it was going to go. Fiku collected. The monster of Ego is down early, and that's a great opener for EG to find. That cracks open the middle of the map. But so many doubts in Ego's mind. And, of course, takes out the guy who's just been killing you every round.
That is the bonus. CeRq also is posted on the rotate, so AGO are in a terrible spot. They've only got 2 here, and EG know it. It's only now they're trying to get that player across, but as I mentioned, CeRq's posted on the angle, and suddenly, you know it's 2A, you know it's only solo B, the maths is easy, and the call to crunch on B should be even easier. What can Milky do?
It is as you've said. You set it up. They're going to try and knock it down. Haven't had a lot of B rounds this half, but here comes Milky, and, well, okay. Not the best debut for the B hit. Bomb's going to go down. This round is over. It's just about saving this AWP and rifle. The remaining AGO players, they'll bail. Bail hard. Bail far.
Good entries, though. Stewie, I guess that first duel we were looking at it and thinking FurLan probably should have done a little bit better, but from there, the mid-rounding was perfect. CeRq always on the angle, and as I was saying, once that second kill comes in, the call is easy as can be, so AGO never really had an into that round.
Let's talk about the Stewie performance as well. We were calling him out in the first half. He was super quiet. He was like 5 and 11 or something before he got the secondary up. He's top of the board for his team.
You've also got to remember that with Stewie calling and the roles he likes to play regardless, he's always going to be in the thick of it on T side. So if Stewie's finding entries, suddenly bang, you know, the middle of the map's kind of open for business for EG, and it's so much easier to call behind any opening picks like we saw last time around.
So what are you doing this round? Single op, single rifle, pistols around it. Okay, op down, retrieved. What do you do with it here, Alan?
Well, the idea would have been to let Ultimate play, but it hasn't worked. Bit of a boost. The problem is that everyone's so aware of this boost, it's so hard to find frags, and it doesn't look like it's going to matter as all these players are posturing like the B hit is going to be soon to follow.
Molotov. They're going to think he knows about the boost. They're going to think he spotted it. With the way that Molly's placed. No, they'll attempt to reboost it. But again, that's just going to keep two players very occupied and one of the rifles occupied for most of the round. Well, nothing happens. That's awkward. Breeze kissing Furlan in the flashbang light. And Milky getting chased on out here. Might just try and keep this off alive, you'd imagine. Certainly a lot to say for keeping that gun up. Considering their finances. They could go for this. They're sticking around. They're trying to boost up. They're trying to peer on over. There's the counter boost. Oh, that's awkward. They're standing on each other's shoulders like they're fighting in a pool. Down it goes.
Back into the water. It was a nice idea. And I guess the only slim consolation is this AWP should be saved as long as FurLan doesn't stay past his welcome. Finds one but should escape, so that will guarantee an AWP in the next round. They have made it reasonably costly. The problem is there was already so much money in the bank for EG. This has been quite a roller coaster of the map, but now it's EG finally in the driver's seat.
All right, now hear me out. New idea for a show match.
Okay.
Jousting. You have to run boost towards each other with Zeus's or knives. I'm not sure yet. I think probably Zeus's. Because, like, you're never going to get precise enough to get the knife in.
You could do it like R8s. You don't need left click.
Yeah, that could work. That could work. Or sawed-offs.
What about a game mode where you can only shoot if you're standing on a teammate's head?
That'd be interesting.
You actually code it in so you can't pull the trigger.
The way the game mode works, right, is you have a little spawn starting area. And you're sort of like in, it's like a jousting thing where you have the lanes on either side fenced in. And if you fall off your teammate's head, you die. So it's either first one to get a kill or first one to fall or last one standing. CS jousting. Something to
So you could have a best of 3 with the jousting into the doorless Dust2. We just need a third and final decider.
By the end of this series, I'm sure I'll come up with something. They're just EG and AGO are just my muses right now.
Okay.
Oh, Furlan, that's bold. It somehow results in a trade because there's a Molly down. Bold play, though. Bold choice. Stewie's got mid for free. And he doesn't anymore. Looking good here. Pressure coming on. Car player trying to hang on. Ultimate. Stuck into the corner, but he's got teammates to help him. Now it's all on to CeRq, and this one's looking like it's done. Stick a fork in it. See if CeRq can find something more from the pit. He can't even get into the pit. FiKu is back.
30 bomb. 30 bomb. Already on round 24. 30 frags for him. Looking on the other side of the coin. The next player has got 16 frags, and that's Stewie.
Bonkers.
Nearly double. Impressive stuff. And FiKu is conspiring for AGO to still pull off his map win, when at times it's looked a little bit shaky.
There have been a lot of moments where they give things over, right? Where they make questionable plays and get back advantages, and then FiKu just kills everybody. FiKu just kills everybody. Another 3K for the man, his 33rd kill, and he's not content with that. He wants more. He's got the bomb. He's pressing forward. He'll find another. On for the ace, his second of the map.
What on earth is going on? What is going on? FiKu, it felt like he should have got 0 there. Not for the whole ace. You can see as he peeks out, the flashes actually for EG are pretty good. It's just FiKu just comes unblind at exactly the right time, and Breeze here had no idea. The final kill was pure luck, just spamming through the doorway. FiKu, man. One-man army. If he isn't in this, EG are well ahead in this game, and he has been an absolute monster on Dust2 thus far. Maybe it was him that said, let's pick into this, I'm feeling it.
You know, his name is perfect, right? Because it's exactly what his opponents are saying after a round like that.
Exactly.
I mean, how do you even respond to that if you're EG? You're like, I don't know. Go next. Try and rally here. This would be a huge round if they could take it back, right? That round from FiKu has now guaranteed an extra buy for Ego. He's gotten through it clean because he just killed everybody before any of his teammates could die. And this is the moment for EG to prevent A, that 14th round, and B, that economy from getting out of hand. If they drop it here, suddenly you're playing for overtime. Realistically.
Yeah, the ball is absolutely in AGO's court. And EG, outside of the last round, they've actually been generating a lot of entry frags, so perhaps that trend could continue again. But AGO playing so passive, and the danger man, FiKu, he's ready and waiting in CT. I'm not sure you want to be B-splitting into this guy.
Flash brings out. Molly's in. Here's the split. FiKu going through. No, a little bit too late. He's found a kill, but it's way too late. They've got the site, and they've got 3 alive. FiKu, though, does not want to let them hold on. He's got to be terrifying when you know he's on the other side, when he's hot like this. So that bomb down makes this a lot better.
No
He's gonna kill
way.
CeRq through door? What is happening? Someone check him PC. This is insane. Almost did find that kill. CeRq been put on notice. FiKu trying to pre-fire every shot. This guy, mouse is just on. Got the shot now. And it's CeRq in the corner, but CeRq's got no health, and he's down for the count. Is there time for the defuse? I think there is just about.
That's a massive retake. A massive retake, and I can't overemphasize how much easier that was made by FiKu finding the first frag and tagging CeRq down through the door. I don't know if he's in the Matrix or something. He is absolutely on a different plane of existence in this game. There is no stopping FiKu, and right now, even some of the most storied names NA has to offer can't put up any resistance to this man.
Just bonkers. Just bonkers.
Is he actually going to get a 40 bomb in regulation? I
mean, it could happen.
can't
He's got
remember
2
the
rounds.
last time I saw that.
Could have more than that. 3 kills he needs for 40 kills. My goodness. He's getting back into that territory of having as many kills as the rest of his team, by the way. The next 2 players, he's got more kills than they do. Here comes the play. Ultimate. Gonna find the first, though. One less target for Fiku to get. That's how I'm thinking about this now.
That's why he's running in. He's like, guys, I know where they are now.
I need the 40
I've located the enemy.
That's the bomb. Furlan finds the next. This is very messy now for EG to recover.
Come on, get both of these kills.
One more kill. He's got it. 40 kills found for Fiku. The 40 bomb in regulation puts XCOM Ego onto map point.
This is actually unreasonable. This is unreasonable how many kills he's found. Maybe we can look it up in the break, but I'm serious, Mike. I don't remember the last time I saw a 40 bomb in regulation on LAN. And I've watched a lot of Counter-Strike.
Yeah. Yeah, we do tend to watch a little bit of that. You watch even more because you also coach and watch those games, VOD review for that. I don't want to think about the number of hours you have spent watching Counter-Strike games.
I must have watched comfortably 200 games in the last month.
Trying to think about my rate there. I might still be on for that. No, that's probably dramatic. That would be how many a day? 6 a day?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more than I have.
See, I'm underestimating, aren't I? Because I would have done prep into the Pro League games. It could be more like 7 or 8 a day.
Yeah. Furlan. Oh, little bit awkward bumping around there outside the doors. Not where you want to be fumbling with your positioning, but they don't get punished for it, so it's all well that ends well. Deep utility in towards mid really does put EG on notice, and you can see they're just so focused on that potential mid push. They're going to be waiting here for a while. It's going to bleed time off the clock. But now they seem to be content that nothing's happening, and the pressure's coming in towards the pit instead. The man's going to get a smoke down, and here's the big man coming in to help. It's Fiku. On the prowl. But cheeky reposition here to play off of his own smoke. There's a good read that there's a player in by that blue box. Run boost. Run boost. Oh, it works to perfection. Furlan finds 2, and that's going to be the shutdown. Furlan taking all 3, finding the bomb at that. These remaining 2 players completely isolated from the teammates, and Ultimate's content to put them down. That's going to be the map win for XCOM Ego. What a showing from Fiku, man. What a showing.
I can't even believe it. I cannot believe it. And the cherry on top is that, of course, coming into this game, production made the choice of the player to highlight. They went for Fiku. There was cases for a couple other players, but